Wanted to go ahead and do my non-beauty fashion related favorites for January. This has been a strange month. I got off from school on December the 18th. We had our Christmas program and then our 2-week Christmas break, and I spent that, with my family and stuff. But January it's always been one of my least favorite months, January and February, for like a multitude of reasons. My mother died in February, so with the exception of like Valentine's Day, which isn't my favorite holiday, I like the candy and the colors, but I'm kind of just like, eh. I have always just like really wanted January and February to go away quickly, so March and April, which are two of my very, very favorite months, would already be here. And so I'm just over it. I don't know how you guys feel. Some people really like January because they have birthdays, and things, and some people like winter. I do not. I am tired of wearing shoes. I'm tired of going outside and being miserable in the cold. I'm ready to start eating outside and to look at flowers and work on my garden, and I just think January can suck it. But anyway, I wanted to show you a couple of things. Some of these I'm just going to talk about because I don't actually physically have them to show you. But the first thing I want to show you is kind of silly. So Target, I guess you can see the throw. Just ignore what's going on behind me. I'm doing laundry and doing some straightening up today, so the house is a little bit of a hot mess. I text my friend Allie, which you guys all know her on YouTube, and I ask her to do me a favor. And I don't normally like to do that because the last thing I ever want to do is like make people spend money on me or seem like a mooch or anything. But I told her I had seen somebody had posted on Instagram a photograph of this unicorn. And I was like, that is so stupid, but I really want one. And so it's from Target. And they had it back in their their home goods section. And I am so excited to see what they do for Easter. I'm really hoping there's some kind of rabbit pillow. And if there is, I'm going to pee my pants. But they had these unicorn pillows, and I love that they're inexpensive. It was only $10, at least here in Virginia, it was only $10. I don't know about inflation everywhere else. But anyway, it's really cute. It's supposed to be a pillow, but it's like, it's pillow material, but it's basically a stuffed animal. But it is a unicorn, and it's really cute. And so I text her, and I'm like, could you please grab one of those for me? Because my Target sells out of things almost immediately. I don't know why that is. And she was very kind and almost immediately got me one and sent it to me. And so I mailed her a card last week that had the money to pay her back in it and stuff, and I drew all these illustrations on it. Well, I forgot to put the zip code, so they mailed it back to me this morning, so I got to remail that out. So Ellie, if you're watching, it's on its way. I didn't forget about you. I hate owing people money. It's like my biggest pet peeve. But anyway, that's for another video. But so she sent me this unicorn, and then my husband finally, he had heard me talking about it. I did not tell him one was being mailed to me, and he bought me the same unicorn. So I have two, and I have decided I'll put them on the ends of each side of my couch to go with the Valentine blanket. But it is, I've been cracking up. I named the one she sent me Boy George, because I feel like he's just full of like magic and 80s acid trippy goodness. So this is Boy George. And then the second one I'm kind of torn. I had wanted to name her Billie Jean, but then for those of you that watch cartoons in the 80s, if you Google PJ Sparkles, who was, it was like the weirdest cartoon ever. She's this little, like, blonde-haired girl who lived in an orphanage, and she's really sad because no one loved her and she wanted to love, but the orphanage owner loved her or something. And then somehow magically she wished on a star, and she and her horse named Blaze were sent to a magical land with all these children that needed her to love her. Just Google it. I know I'm not making any sense. Well, PJ Sparkle's horse was named Blaze, and so I'm so torn because the Blaze literally looks exactly like this unicorn. He starts out at this like old, gray, kind of decrepit horse, and then when they go to the magical land, he's literally this unicorn. Same coloring, same heart on his backside and everything. So I don't know if Target planned that on purpose, but it makes me think of PJ Sparkles and 80s awesomeness. But anywho, the next thing that I'm loving that's a little more age appropriate is Rochelle has got me hooked on tea. I've always been like a sweet treat tea drinker and a regular tea drinker, but I tried this tea with Rochelle. It's the Twinings of London Classics Irish Breakfast Tea. That sounds so fancy. And this is a new box. I have one that she gave me that I've had half of in the kitchen. But it is just plain black tea. Black tea is my favorite. And generally when I go to Target, listen to me, when I go to Starbucks, I don't always order coffee. I like it, but I prefer tea, and their black tea is where it's at. And I actually like mine unsweetened, but this stuff is so good. I don't know if it's because it's a little stronger, and I tend to like stronger tea, but it's delicious. And you can get it for just a couple of dollars at Walmart or Target or places like that. But I'm loving that. And then the next food I'm loving, which is really random, is blue cheese. I have always loved blue cheese. There's a really good restaurant here where I live that puts blue cheese and olive relish or olive tapenade on a hot dog, which might sound gross, but it's so good. I love blue cheese on a hot dog. And I have found myself this month, probably just because I'm home too, and I'm not eating on like a normal schedule like I do when I'm working, but I've just been eating it out of the container in the refrigerator. And Andrew doesn't like it, so it's just me eating it, but it is so freaking good. I mean, I've always liked it, but I just happened to think to repurchase it at the grocery store and was at the refrigerator like, oh, it's so good. I love blue cheese. And then I guess my song favorite or music favorite, I've been listening to a lot of Madonna. I think it's because like, since I watched the Carrie Diaries and stuff, I've been kind of on like this whole 80s throwback kick. And I, there was some Madonna song they played on there, like Into the Groove or something. And so I found the Madonna station on Pandora. Hair's a mess. And I've just really been loving it. I love, well, of course I love like a Virgin and Material Girl and Like a Prayer. I almost said Living on a Prayer. Apparently I'm mixed up right now. And Like a Prayer, and just some of her, I heard Ray of Light the other day. I hadn't heard that song in forever. So I think Madonna is like kind of my music favorite right now. And then I've also been listening to this song. I love my job, and I'm very fortunate to be able to say that because a lot of people either don't have jobs or are miserable at the ones they're at. And so if that's you, I pray that you find something that you really love that makes you happy. But I'm fortunate enough to really, truly enjoy my job. And on my way to work, I've been playing the Nappy Roots song, Good Day or Gonna Have a Good Day. I don't know why, but that song just like gets me pumped to teach. It's got kids singing, and it's got that whole like gangster rap thing in it that I like, and I don't know, I just really love that song. And I mean, I didn't like grow up. Well, I kind of grew up in the ghetto, but I don't have those like life experiences of these people singing the song. But for some reason, I just really relate to it. And when you hear this song and you hear about them like, engaging in adult activities, you're gonna be like, what? But I don't know, for some reason that song speaks to me. And then for like TV and movies, I've been watching ABC Family's Revenge of the Bridesmaids. I love Joanna Garcia, and that's one of those movies I never get tired of that I can play on repeat. But I think I like it because they don't make a lot of movies, or at least, I mean, they do, but they don't make a lot of movies about Southerners and Southern towns and things that necessarily appeal to me. Like, I love Doc Hollywood. I love Heart of Dixie. I love those with kind of like the stereotypical Southern people, because whether or not we want to admit it, we're like that. I was drinking out of a mason jar earlier, but I love that movie. It's really cute, and Raven-Symoné and Joanna Garcia's relationship reminds me a lot of Rochelle. Rochelle's kind of the more like sort of straightforward and stand up for yourself kind of person, whereas I'm kind of the appeaser and not always when I should be kind of thing. And so I just like their dynamic with each other, and they remind me a lot. I can see Rochelle and I teaming together and coming up with like a plan to sabotage a wedding. I could see us doing that when necessary, but I would suggest checking it out. It's super cute. It's just a fun, girly movie, and it's not, I mean, you don't have to think about it. It's definitely not like an Oscar contender or anything, although I love the actresses in it. But you can find it, it's on Netflix right now, and it's called Revenge of the Bridesmaids, and it's kind of in the same genre as like Beauty and the Briefcase and Pizza in My Heart and some of those movies that ABC Family put out. And how can you not like ABC Family movies? I think there's only been one that they did that was about, it was like a woman with a dead mom, and she was doing I can't remember what it was called, all this dating, and that was depressing, but usually they're more upbeat. And And then the last thing that I've been loving is, I don't know about you guys, I can't say a whole lot because I don't want to do spoilers, but what is up with Pretty Little Liars right now? I have been so addicted to it. I mean, I love that show. I love to go back and rewatch it. I love the fashion. I love everything about that show. But this season, holy crap, what is going on with Ezra? Ezra has always been one of my favorite characters. And he in like life, not that I would be able to get him or anything, but in real life, like he would definitely be somebody that I would be attracted to. And I just like them making him creepy. And sorry if you didn't know that, if you haven't been watching it. I'm not going to say like details, but if you would like to discuss Pretty Little Liars with me, I would enjoy that very much. And you can find me on Twitter to do that under my name, which is just at ALLYRANTS, Allie Rants. I would love to talk about Pretty Little Liars with some people that have actually watched it without giving spoilers away, because what the heck. But anyway, those are my January favorites, and I would love to see yours or hear about yours, and I hope that you're having a really good week. Bye.